everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, my name is Katie and this is Rouse Rising. I am currently 3 weeks postpartum, so I thought I would finally give you guys an update about everything that's been going on in the last 3 weeks. We have been super busy. I've managed to do a doula course that took up 2 weekends. My sister came for a visit from Virginia. Let's see, we had this guy 3 weeks and 2 days ago, so he's 3 weeks and 2 days old. Super excited about that. If you guys haven't met him already, this is our team green baby Bodhi, and we did not know we were having a boy till he was born, but we did have some intuition that we were having a boy, which was really kind of cool to connect the dots and meet him in person. I do have a birth video that I am still working on, and eventually I will post that for you guys, so be sure that you click subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can stay up to date and be notified when that video comes out, and so that you can catch all of our latest videos. After Bodhi was born, there was a few things that I used in my postpartum to help me with my healing. I did use an herbal sitz bath from Wish Garden. I took a bath with baby when he was about 3 or 4 days old, and we used the herbal tea that is in that Wish Garden blend, and that was really nice and soothing. I also put some Epsom salts in the bath, and like I said, this was about 4 days postpartum when his umbilical cord fell off, and we were able to get in a bath together and just soak and relax and get all cleaned up. He had his first bath that day. He really loved the water. So let's talk about everything else that I used in the postpartum period to help me get by and survive everything that I needed. First of all, always water on hand. You want to drink lots of water in the postpartum. You've got to keep your milk supply up. You got to keep your body producing milk, so make sure that you're staying hydrated because of the demand that your body is under. Of course, stay hydrated through pregnancy. Definitely stay hydrated in the postpartum. One of the first things I do after baby's born is I have a smoothie or juice, and I mix in some flax meal with it. I'll also have oatmeal with flax meal mixed in with it. And in the days leading up to labor, I'm sure to put flaxseed meal in a variety of foods, simply because it cushions the stool, it helps you be regular, and it just makes things more comfortable in the postpartum. When you have bowel movements, it's just more cushioning there. I've never taken stool softeners in my postpartum after 5 babies. I've always used flax meal either in juice, oatmeal, smoothies, but 2 tablespoons a day is going to help your body be regular and just help everything come out easily. So I highly recommend that. If you're looking for a natural way to soften your stools, this is a great alternative to a medication stool softener. You can take it into the hospital with you and just ask them for juice if you have a hospital birth. Likewise, if you have a home birth or birth center birth, just make sure you have it on hand at the end of your 3rd trimester, and really in the beginning of pregnancy too, because I used that in 1st trimester or anytime I was feeling a bit constipated or backed up. It just really helped. You want to make sure that you are taking it semi-regularly, daily, especially if you're constipated, daily in the postpartum period, so that you're comfortable. And then some things that I've been keeping on my bedside. So I'm taking some probiotics as well to help keep me regular and help nourish my gut and keep my gut up to par in this postpartum period. Just helps boost my immune system. And this is the U Natural Mama strain of probiotics. This is the U Natural Glow prenatal vitamin. And I really like those. I have been taking those throughout my pregnancy, and they've been really great. These are methylated. They have folate and DHA in them, as well as bioavailable vitamins and minerals, so that your body can absorb these vitamins and nutrients and get everything that it needs. Wow, this is really hard doing a video with you when you're wide awake. I should have waited until you were sleeping. He's so noisy right now. And let's go over what I took immediately postpartum. Soon after birth. What was I taking to help lessen the inflammation, to lessen the bruising, to help promote healing and that sort of thing.
Editing Katie here. Okay, so my house was going absolutely crazy when I did this part of the video, and the noise in the background was so insane. I apologize, you guys, but I wanted to go over this part one more time just so that you guys could know exactly what I was taking immediately postpartum. I should make mention of the postpartum padsicles that you guys saw in one of my last pregnancy videos. I did show you guys how to make the postpartum padsicles using newborn infant diapers. You can also use your overnight pads or whatever you have available. I used those for probably the first 3 days. The coldness of those ice packs really helped decrease my inflammation. I felt so good after using those, as well as a postpartum sitz bath spray that I sprayed on my bottom bits every time I used the bathroom. And then I also used witch hazel on some gauze pads, and that helped decrease swelling, and also it helps with hemorrhoids and things like that. I used a baby bottom herbal balm to tuck hemorrhoids back in, to lube them so that a hemorrhoid could be tucked back in. I don't even know if I have hemorrhoids, but I just know that my bottom or my rectum was kind of hanging out a little bit. In the first 2 weeks, I did need to tuck it back in after using the bathroom. So TMI, but hey, you might have to do that too. Just lube it up with a little bit of herbal bottom balm or some like a hemorrhoid cream or something, and then tuck those bad boys back in there, and then they should shrink up and everything should go back to normal. I didn't push really hard. I had fetal ejection response, so I really didn't, I had zero tearing, and I didn't push out hemorrhoids. I just have like some rectal issues that are now taken care of, thankfully, with all of the witch hazel and things that I did in postpartum to shrink everything back down to size. So as soon as baby was out and the placenta and everything was out, I started taking shepherd's purse tincture. That was to help my uterus clamp down and to stop the bleeding, or at least lessen the bleeding, so that I wasn't at risk for hemorrhaging. And then I took, and this bottle is empty, so I'm going to throw it away, but it's almost empty. I was taking the After Pain Relief from Mountain Meadow Herbs. This stuff is absolutely amazing. So I wasn't taking ibuprofen or anything in my postpartum period. I was able to get by with the After Pain Relief. I was taking it very frequently. Every time that I felt like my stomach was really crampy, that I was in a lot of discomfort, I was taking a couple dropperfuls of that tincture, and it worked really well.
I was taking arnica in the first couple days postpartum to lessen the bruising and inflammation that you get from birth. You tend to kind of be on a hormonal roller coaster in the early days postpartum. So things that I took to help with that would be the rescue remedy. And then I was also taking some placenta tincture that I had from a previous baby. So these were really helping to mellow me out, keep me on this path versus this path with regards to emotion. These were my emotional support tinctures that I was taking. Okay. Another tincture that I am taking right now is Bone and Body. This is a dietary supplement by Sprig's Life brand. It has Solomon's Seal, black walnut, horsetail, peppermint, lobelli, mullein, and calendula. All of these things are just nourishing, so I wanted to include some extra herbal supplements in my regimen just to help me rebuild and repair my blood stores and my bones and my teeth and everything in postpartum. Right now the baby's just sucking all the calcium out of my teeth and out of my bones, so I need to be sure that I am taking appropriate supplements and herbs to help rebuild my calcium stores, my magnesium stores, everything like that. That is another thing that I am taking right now in the postpartum, is every couple nights I'm drinking magnesium, a Mag Calm drink to help me at night to quell my restless legs and to help me sleep better, help keep me regular, and those kinds of things. I continued to rub this oil on my belly. This was a belly oil that I was using in pregnancy. I'm not sure if I ever talked about it because it has sweet orange, ylang ylang, chamomile, and then at the end of pregnancy I added some clary sage oil to it. It's all mixed in almond oil, and I just use that to rub on my belly to keep it nourished and hydrated as my skin returns to pre-pregnancy suppleness, which actually I have a lot of extra skin from all my pregnancies. So there's nothing that I really do to help the skin go back. I am taking collagen every day, so I'm mixing collagen in with my drink in the morning, with whatever hot drink I'm drinking in the morning, usually coffee. So I mix some collagen in there, and that's going to help with the elasticity of my skin. It's going to help keep me youthful. It's going to help my skin on my stomach kind of get a little bit more toned up, but I'll always have that excess skin. My own mother had excess skin after all of her pregnancies, so I'm sure that will be there, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I consider it kind of like stretch marks or tiger stripes, but my extra skin is just that, and it's not a big deal to me. So I am currently wearing, and I don't know if you guys can see these, but I have on postpartum compression pants, and they are a high-waisted legging with a bit of compression around the top torso area, just to help suck in my abdomen, help kind of keep everything in place and training everything to go back to its place. I also have the same maternity belt that I wore throughout my pregnancy. I can also wrap that around my abdomen pretty snug and help bring everything back in, as well as my Baekung belly binder, which isn't as convenient. That's it for belly binding in the postpartum. I just do it to give myself a little bit of support for a couple hours a day. I don't wear it all day. I do notice it makes my hip and lower back sore, it makes my belly sore, and I just wear it snug. I don't wear it really, really tight, but I do that just to help bring everything back in and provide support. I'm also doing some breathing techniques that help my pelvic floor get stronger, so I'm doing those throughout the day, just the way you inhale and exhale, and just really focusing on what my pelvic floor is doing through those breaths. Being aware, just having awareness about my body as it's healing. And I'm only 3 weeks postpartum, so I still have another 3 weeks before I'll even think about starting any kind of workout, but my workout will consist and include pelvic floor stability type exercises. So maybe I'll share a little bit of that with you guys down the road. Right now, I'm just still spending a lot of time in bed. Today was really the first day that I've done a lot of stuff around the house. I've slowly been getting back into household duties, cleaning the bathrooms and whatnot. But today I spent most of the morning prepping food and just trying to get things ready, because tomorrow my husband does go back to work. So I will be on my own with 5 kids, homeschooling 3 of them, nursing a baby, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get it all done. I have faith and I believe that I can get it all done. My husband is also training for golf tournaments that he has through, I think, June or July. He's got quite a few golf tournaments coming up, so he will be traveling for those. And he trains every day after work. He goes to the golf course, and he has been going to the golf course daily since I was about 6 days, about a week postpartum. He started back, so about 2 weeks ago, he started going to the golf course daily for training, for practice, and every day he does take one of the children with him. So every day I am here with 4 kids, and he takes one of them with him. So that's been really awesome. And then tomorrow he starts back at work, and he will leave for work at about 6 in the morning. Oh my goodness. He will leave for work at 6 in the morning, and then he won't get home until close to dark. And that is every day. And then weekends, he's usually around for spending a lot of time at the golf course practicing for other tournaments. So if you guys are interested, he is doing some Golden State Tour tournaments. He will also be doing some pro-ams around Oregon, California. If his travel ban is lifted and if he's able to go to the tournaments in California, then he will go to those. Oh, he's also probably going to do some PGA qualifiers, US Open qualifier. He typically does a US Open qualifier. I think that's happening in May for him. Other things I've been doing in the postpartum, the first couple weeks I was drinking soup or bone broth every single day to help my body heal. Lots of nourishing foods. I am dairy free for baby. A week ago today, actually, I ate a Reese's cup, and then we have spent the week recovering from that. So yes, he actually does have a dairy intolerance. I was drinking soy milk because I like the way it tastes more than almond milk or coconut milk. I know that it's a high estrogen food, so I try to drink it in moderation, but now I've omitted that from my diet because I feel like maybe soy milk is affecting him, because I have been drinking that in the last week and a half. I'm thinking maybe I am going to eliminate the soy milk and see if that helps improve some of the symptoms that he's been dealing with, mostly skin rash, but the reflux and colic that he was dealing with beginning of the week, I think, was from the dairy. I think that might be almost out of both of our systems, right, buddy? Are both of those things almost out of our systems? So yes, just one more thing. Postpartum, I am a bit scatterbrained. I've had a lot going on today, but I hope that you guys kind of gleaned from this a little bit of insight about what I've been doing in the postpartum period. Right now, I'm not under the care of a midwife, so at 6 weeks, I probably won't have a postpartum appointment. I don't feel like I need to go somewhere to have. Bless you. Oh my goodness. Did you just want my attention? So yes, I am not under the care of a midwife right now, so I probably won't be doing a 6 weeks postpartum checkup. I don't feel like there's anything really that I need checked out. Everything is healing normally. I didn't have any weird things happen at the birth. We did have a home birth here with this little guy, and everything's just been picture perfect ever since then. I hope that this all makes sense. And maybe my next update, I won't do it with a baby in arms because it is kind of distracting. He is making a lot of noise and he's not asleep. He wants attention. So it's been a little bit tricky to try to vlog with a baby, and this is not something that I have really done before. I have done some elimination communication vlogs and vlogs with my kids, but I haven't done like a sit down, let me tell you about my postpartum vlog before, so this has been interesting, and we'll see how it goes next time. Maybe next time we'll be a little bit more organized. Maybe next time we'll be a little bit more prepared with information sharing. Oh, the other things that I have beside my bed, which are a must-have. Right now I am wearing it, but I have a milk saver in. It is a thin sleeve that fits down in the cup of your shirt, and it has a hole in it for your nipple to go through, and your milk just kind of leaks in it. It's really awesome. And then a friend brought these by for me to use, and I have been using them once or twice a day to express some extra milk. Whoops. So I keep these by the bed, kind of like an emergency, like, oh, I'm having a letdown. If the baby's still sleeping, then I will get some milk out and freeze it. And then another thing I keep beside my bed is this nasal aspirator, nose Frida type contraption. And this we have not had to use yet, but if he has boogers or snot or puke coming out of his nose or anything, I do have this close by. I got this in England at a drugstore, so I cannot tell you what it is, but a nose Frida basically does the same thing as this. Everything stops in this lower thing, so you don't have to worry about anything coming up through the tube. But yeah, it all just stops down in there, all the boogers. And then, of course, some baby nail clippers. And then for me, I keep a nail file. And then I have a binky somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. And he doesn't really take a binky, but I have one on hand. This is one that I was given. It's a little bit too big for him right now. He gags if we try to use it, but we really don't use a binky that much for the most part. I do have a little newborn binky floating around here, but like I said, I don't know where it is, and he's only taken it like a handful of times, and we don't really try to push it. We just like to have it as an option for like car rides and things like that. If we can get our babies to take a binky in the car, then that helps the car ride be better for everybody, because all of our babies have been car screamers. So the moment the car starts moving, they scream and cry until we get to our destination and we get them out of the car seat. So that's been a struggle. We've tried everything in the book, so we don't need any suggestions. It's just our attachment parented babies prefer to be in our arms than they do separated and strapped down in a car seat. And I don't blame you one bit. I've only experienced that coming back from town with him once on our way back from town earlier this week. When I went to do his birth certificate stuff, and he did cry in the car on the way home, and I was like, I just have to make it home. Binky kind of saved us and got us home through that, so that was good. I do use a swaddle blanket. I could have swaddled him up. Maybe he would have been quieter in this time but I use swaddle blankets. We use a lot of receiving blankets. These are like my burp cloths. I also use these to change his diaper on and that kind of thing. And then I also use these on the bed when I'm sleeping at night. These are the perfect length to go underneath of me and him, so that when I'm breastfeeding, if I'm leaking or something, this kind of protects the bed for the most part. I don't leak a whole lot. I do use breast pads as well, and the milk saver cup. So when I am leaking, that takes care of that. But at night, I don't really have much of an issue. This is just kind of to protect underneath his head and underneath of my breast area, so that if we do have any leaks or spills, we're covered there as far as that goes. So the only other thing that we really use quite a bit is the Snuggle Me organic pillow, and I use that just to set him in anytime I need to go do something or walk away from him. It has the sides that are plush that keeps him in place right now before he is rolling or climbing around. It keeps him from rolling off the bed should that be a thing that would happen, but we keep it on a flat surface, and then yeah, and then he just lays in that and hangs out until mom can get back to him. This little guy's gotten so big. He is over 9.5 pounds now. He gained 2 pounds in 2 weeks from his birth. He never dropped his birth weight. None of our babies ever have. So he is a big, happy, chunky boy. He's in size 0 to 3 months already. He cannot fit in his newborn clothes anymore. Right? So he's just a big old chunker munker. So we both want to say thank you guys so much for watching today. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all the latest that we share with you guys. Lots of homemaking, holistic lifestyle, parenting, and health. We just appreciate all of you that are here with us, and stay tuned for my next vlog. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but I will come up with something. Probably some meal prep, and I'm going to get back into sourdough bread making and baking. Right? He's a noisy guy, so I'm gonna get him burped and settled down, and it's probably about time for him to go back to sleep, so we're gonna do that too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye.